Okay, once again, Donald Trump's in trouble for things that he says. This time was in 2005 when he said a bunch of rude comments about this Nancy O'Dell. Let me see if I can find her picture here. Yeah, right there. Basically, what he calls locker room talk. The only problem is that he's not in a locker room and he's 59 years old. So I don't know how well that's going to work out. But anyway, people will continue to support him. It looks like his donors are still behind him. And I read what they had to say. They said, well, he still says the things we want him to say. He's doing the things we want him to do. So what he says about women or what he says in this particular video has nothing to do with our support of him. But there's a lot of people that do care about what he says, and it does show up, reflect his character and the kind of person he is. And I don't think that it reflects well on him, and it doesn't reflect well on him as far as being the leader of the country. So I think these people are just a little bit in the dark. But anything kind of interesting to me was this Billy Bush guy, because Billy Bush is the cousin of H.W. Bush and George Bush, the W, and then the nephew of George H.W. Bush. So anyway, how does this guy get involved? I mean, these people, what do they just run around together and collect dirt on each other? I mean, I don't think he released this, but it was funny that he was involved, especially given the relationship the Bushes have with Trump and the fact that Trump was all over Jeb and how the old man isn't going to vote for Trump. So I thought it was interesting. This was the character that was in the tape with him in the video. You wonder how that stuff happens. Another thing that I thought was kind of interesting was I was looking at InfoWars. And InfoWars, oh man, these people, I don't know how they get their information. They actually think how Trump's graphic sex talk audio will help him in the second debate. So they've got some sort of crazy notion that Trump actually released this and that he is going to use it because he's going to segue this into George or to how Bill Clinton is so predatory and all the things he said. And it is interesting that he says that, oh, hey, Bill Clinton said a whole bunch worse than that on the golf course with me, which kind of implicates him in even this kind of talk with Bill Clinton, which just shows you how stupid this guy is. He's not even bright enough to figure out when he implicates himself, instead of backing off and said, it was really bad, I shouldn't have said it. I had a really a moment in lapse in judgment. No, he goes on and said, oh, no, much worse has been said between Bill and I on the golf course. This guy's just an idiot. But the other thing I want to talk about is this website called Predict It. And they actually say who's going to win the White House, and the Democrats are, hey, it's a little bit of money that you can bet on this, but the way to kind of look at this is it's 82% believe Democrats, 18% believe Republicans. And this site has been highly accurate because people bet a little bit of money, not a lot, but they bet a little bit of money. And the people that are on this site are pretty sophisticated, and they do a lot of research. And these numbers, like this numbers, as far as who was going to get in the White House, Republicans would before this all happened were up around 30%. Trump was up around 30%. Now he's at 18. So they've taken a real big drop, and all the Republican numbers have dropped. So I'm back to my original premise that I think Trump doesn't only not win the presidency, in the process, he kind of destroys the Republican Party. This guy is nothing more than a loudmouth, arrogant, self-centered creep. And anybody who thinks otherwise is just fooling themselves. I know the Alex Joneses of the world have sold out to this guy because they believe Hillary is so bad. And, that he'd give him a little attention, went on a show and all the other stuff, that Trump could do anything and they'd still like him. But the character of this guy's horrible. He has no, I don't think he has any loyalty to anybody but himself. I don't even know how serious he was about running this race to begin with. He had to know this stuff was out there. I wouldn't doubt there isn't a lot more stuff out there about him. So anyway, I was just going to show you this Predict It site because they do have him way down. And it's a little late in the game for him to recover. So I would almost venture that he's done, that there's no chance that he could win. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it.